This is a smelting machine of my own design. Let me show you how it works. In the top chest, you input the material to be smolten. The material will then be taken down into the furnaces, where it will be smolten. It will arrive in every single furnace simultaneously and be smolten at the same time. The finished products will be then taken into the 5 chests below. As you can see. Let me show you how to build it. You can use similar logic to construct a smelterizer of any size. However, in this case I will make one 5 furnaces wide and 2 furnaces deep for a total of 10 furnaces. To construct it, begin by placing down the chests you want the end result to end up in, and then place hoppers above them or facing down. Above these will go the furnaces, and then more hoppers all facing down. Above this, things begin to get complicated. For this particular design, it is a good idea to have a block here, and have one hopper facing into that block, then one hopper coming off to the side here, and have them placed in this order. That's not strictly necessary, but make sure that from the end point it forms one continuous chain toward the input point. Simply put a chase above that, and that is where you will put your product. Over here, we'll want to have a comparator. One block here with redstone torches on both sides. Block above the torch and the line running all the way down the side here. The same thing on the other side. These lines of redstone will power the lower hoppers so they do not suck items from the chain here until it is time. A note about this design. You have to fuel the furnaces yourself, so be prepared to do that. This is all there is to the design. Simply take the product you wish to cook. I will in this case take 80 stone as an example, and place it in the top chest. It will go through the chain of hoppers here. When one reaches the end, all the hoppers will have exactly one item in them. Then the hoppers will momentarily unpower, taking one item each into them, and then transferring them to the furnaces. They will activate simultaneously, and will deposit their items into these chests simultaneously. Like I said, you have to fuel these furnaces manually, so if you make one that's too big, that's on you. A safety tip, these furnaces should only be used for one material. If you put in, for instance, cobblestone and then sand, it is liable to muck up the system. Finally, always make sure these furnaces are well fueled. If they are not, then the system will fail. I mentioned at one point that it's possible to have larger designs. This contraption has 26 furnaces. I have 208 cobblestone here, which is 26 times 8, which means that 8 cobblestone will go into each furnace and will be smolten by the 1 coal in each furnace. As the size of the design increases, it takes longer and longer for the first payload of cobblestone to go into the furnaces to be smolten. At one point it will take more than 10 seconds to go in, which is the amount of time it takes the item to be smolten, therefore rendering it inefficient in its use of fuel. Here is an example of this in a multiplayer server. These furnaces are currently unfueled. They have now been fueled. If I go to the input chest up here and input 80 stone, it will enter all furnaces simultaneously. All will cook at the same time and land in the smolten goods chest at the same time.